You know that voice that says, it's already over? Not you failed, but you're locked into failing. For INFPs, that gravitational pull isn't necessarily anxiety or self-doubt. It's a distorted version of the mystic, introverted intuition, stripping away your agency and making you go limp and helpless. And if you don't learn to recognize which part of you is speaking, you'll stay stuck in paralysis, believing in a fate that you can't change. I'm Matt Sherman. I've worked with over 100 INFPs one-on-one through hypnosis and personality type coaching. And today we are talking about shifting that voice from a fated future to intentional direction for your life. Your inner critic lives in what's called the sixth function slot. For INFPs, that's introverted intuition. It's what I call the mystic. When the mystic is healthy, it's pattern prediction, pattern recognition, it's understanding probability, it's metacognition, learning about learning and how you think, and it's access to your unconscious mind. It helps you see how things will likely turn out, and it gives you a vision to guide you forward. But in that sixth slot, it comes with some baggage. See, your natural way of using intuition as an INFP is through extroverted intuition. This is what I call the explorer. This is high energy brainstorming. It's possibilities everywhere, options everywhere, and you naturally love that style. You're in love with options and excitement and what could be. And your explorer wants to open every door in a hallway. The mystic, in this sense, this distorted version of it, this critical version of it, says that the hallway is a dead end and the lights are about to go out. There's nothing that you can do about it. So as INFPs, when we're forced into the mystic's introverted intuition style, it feels defensive, it feels restrictive. And because we naturally don't trust it yet, especially when we're younger, it shows up with complications. And instead of seeing patterns that help you, it shows you the omens of what is going to happen. So instead of probability, it locks onto a single path. And instead of a vision that guides you, it becomes a fate that you can't escape. That's the mystic in this function slot. It's like a fortune teller scrying into the future, but every vision is doom. So listen to what it actually says. It's like, you can't do this. There's no escape. You're fated to go in this direction. Not you failed necessarily, but you were always going to fail. Not you messed up, but this is just how the story ends. It's not referencing your past like your introverted sensing guardian does. It's not saying you're broken or you're flawed or this isn't you like your soul introverted feeling might. It's saying, why even try? You can't do anything about it. It doesn't give you history. It gives you hopelessness wrapped in this horrible, horrible package. And then paralysis. If this mystic voice is something that you've been fighting with, then hit the like button. I know it's weird to like something that you don't like, but it does let me know that this specific INFP struggle is hitting home, so I can actually make more content like this. For us, the mystic exaggerates all these small things and hyper focuses on them. It filters out all the other possibilities, all the other pathways that the explorer is coming up with, all the other feedback that could actually help you. It strips away your agency and it makes you feel limp and powerless. Most INFPs respond by doing nothing. We give up. We don't expand our vision into other possibilities like we're really good at with the explorer. We just sit there, stuck in this gravitational pull. There's nothing that we can do about it. We really need to get onto our explorer, extroverted intuition, to balance this all out. The explorer needs to connect all these different dots, but say, what if? Like, it could be this. We could go down this timeline. We could have more flexibility to see different alternatives. I was tapping into these different parts of myself, and I was thinking, what is the age of the mystic for me? And for me, it feels older. It's tapping into something more primal, more archetypal, something that feels like wisdom, but it is lacking direction and context and guidance from us and from our desires. The mystic is trying to protect you and specifically protect your soul introverted feeling. It thinks that if you take this step, if you go down this path, you will lose who you are. And it's wrong, but its intent is helpful. All of these parts of yourself have positive intentions, but it's doing it in the worst possible way. It's locking you into one path and saying, this is it. This is your fate. I've seen all the other probabilities, and this is the only way that you can, survive to the best of your ability, but you're still going to lose. It's like Doctor Strange, but all the options are bad. So the critic, the sixth function slot, is a distorted, critical version of a powerful tool, a powerful character. It's like you can put this actor in any different role in a movie, okay? But some roles are going to be good fits for them. Some roles are going to be, they're going to play an evil character, but they might not be an evil person, right? That's acting. It's the archetypal functional energy. And once you see it for what it is, you can actually start working with it instead of being crushed by it. So you're going to want to pause, take a moment. You need some awareness to do anything in life, and then name it. That's the mystic talk. And then ask yourself, is this the right character for what I'm trying to do right now? Most of the time, the answer is no. So one helpful exercise is to personify the mystic and all of your cognitive functions. Imagine it standing in front of you. If you can't visualize or you have aphantasia, you can journal, right? Journal from that perspective or to that perspective. Have a conversation with it. Ask what it is trying to protect you from, and then re-educate it on your actual goals and the reality of the situation. And thank it for trying to help, but let it know that you've got other resources that you can use now, or this is your actual goal, and their advice is helpful, but you're going to do it anyway. This is parts work, and this is how you actually start to build a better relationship with the mystic instead of being controlled by it. And once you've caught it, and once you've named it, and you can then switch characters, okay? So imagine and pretend that you are that character, see them in front of you if you can, or just get a felt sense of it, and breathe like they breathe. Maybe it's a bit faster for me. Shift your posture to match how they are standing or sitting. Likely the explorer is kind of like bouncing around a little bit, eyes moving back and forth, hopping over here, hopping over there. So shift your posture to match their posture, and then say something to yourself that matches their self-talk. Something like, how can we shake things up? How can we make this more fun? How can we get some new information here? Or, that's boring. I'm going to find a way to make it happen. That is a simple way to log on to your Explorer. This is something that I teach within Path of Heroes Academy. You can get access to it if you go to evolve.geekpsychology.com, and you can join the community and get access to all of my courses that teach you things like this. And then allow your Explorer to brainstorm different possibilities, to play with ideas, to get back into that high energy, options-focused, positive mindset that you actually love. I'm not saying that all INFPs are always positive and high energy, because that's definitely not true, but the explorer part of ourselves is. Or you can switch on to your adventurer, extroverted sensing, and get real-world feedback. You can take a small physical action. You can test something instead of using your mystic to predict it. Or you can get on to your commander, extroverted thinking, and start to make a plan. You can set a deadline. You can organize things one step forward. You can log on to your adept, introverted thinking, and ask, is this really true? How do I know? What specifically is the actual problem here? You can break down the logic. You can challenge the prediction. Or you can tap into your guardian, introverted sensing. You can pull from past experiences that prove that you've handled harder things before. You're here. You're alive. You've survived all of that stuff that's happened in the past. So you are stronger than you realize. And so you're not stuck with the mystic's voice. You have this whole cast of characters within you that you can choose from. And when you start working with the mystic instead of against it, it's not about shutting up the mystic. It's about working with it and re-educating it. But sometimes it's best to just switch to a different character in the meantime, right? But once you do this, you can start to work with the mystic in a way that it's meant to be used. A healthy mystic gives you a vision. It gives you a North Star, gives you something to guide you forward instead of a fate that you can't escape and something to dread. It helps you slow down your ideas. It lets you imagine a better future, one singular future where things are great, a vision. It gives you that sense of direction that keeps you moving forward even when things get hard. Again, it's not about silencing the critic. And I hate that. I hate when people want to kick that part of themselves out or bury it, right? It's awful. You want to work with it. There are no bad parts. So it's not about pretending it doesn't exist, but it's understanding it just like you would another person in your life. So understand it, redirect it, re-educate it, and choosing the right character for the right moment. Okay, this is about building psychological flexibility. It's about checking in with all of your parts daily. It's about noticing which one is in charge, which one has got the spotlight in your life story, and deciding if that's the one that you actually want in control. So this is how you stop being stuck, and this is how you regain agency, especially when the mystic is telling you that there's no escape. So next time the voice shows up, the one that's saying that it's already over, ask yourself, which part of me is speaking now? Name it. That's the mystic. And then choose a different character. Switch to your explorer and brainstorm. Get on your adventurer and test something. Use your commander and make a plan. There's a principle in NLP, which is saying that people have all the resources that they need or can create them. And you already have all these different parts. You have this whole cast of characters. You just need to know which one to use and when. And that's good news because it means that you're not waiting for permission. You're not waiting for someone to swoop in and save you or to fix you. You already have what you need. And this is a practice. This is not a one-time fix. Check in with your parts daily, build a better relationship with the mystic, and let it guide you instead of trap you. And my life has dramatically improved since I stopped trying to silence the mystic and all these, different parts of myself that I didn't like. And I started to choose which ones I wanted to listen to and to create a better relationship with the ones that I didn't really like. So now that you understand how the mystic, introverted intuition, works for us INFPs when it's not going well, you also want to understand the true nature of it and how to actually wield it better. So click on this video over here next to understand introverted intuition better. What if I talked like this the entire time? You wouldn't know when I'm actually saying stuff or not. Good luck, have fun. Peace.